Disclaimer: if you're religious, this video might not be for you. This video is not trying to denounce or disregard any religion. I just like history and finding out how things started and how they got to be where they are today. Nothing more, nothing less. Also, please forgive me if I mispronounce some of these words. I have never heard of these words before, and so they're a little difficult, so please bear with me. As I'm sure you read in the title, this video is going to be discussing the actual origin of Christmas. Not the one we know today as the birth of Jesus, but how Christmas actually came about. The origins of Christmas stem from practices of both pagan and Roman cultures. The Romans used to celebrate two holidays in the month of December. The first holiday was Saturnalia, which was a 2-week festival in honor of Saturn, their god of agriculture. The other holiday was celebrated on December 25th. This was the day they honored as the birth of their sun god Mithra or Mithra. Excuse me if I mispronounced that word. December also has the darkest day of the year, which is where the pagans enter the chat. On this day, they will light bonfires and candles to combat the darkness. Eventually, the Romans added this tradition into their own practices and celebrations. As Christianity began to spread across Europe, there were still many practicing pagans, and the Christian clergy couldn't combat that in any way. People were too used to their customs and didn't want to change their beliefs for this religion that they really didn't know anything about. It's difficult in general to get people to change their belief system, especially if it directly opposes what they were taught growing up. So they, the Christian clergy, decided to incorporate some of the pagan practices into Christianity, not only to make it more appealing, but also to oppose the more popular celebrations. Since Jesus' birthday was unknown, they chose December 25th as his birthday. The Christmas tree is another Christmas essential that has its roots in pagan culture. During their solstice celebrations, pagans would decorate their homes with green in anticipation for spring. They did this because of the evergreen trees that would hold color during the coldest and darkest days of winter. Because of this, they thought evergreen trees held special powers. The Romans decorated their temples as well. They used fir trees instead. During Saturnalia, they decorated the trees with bits of metal, which today would be ornaments. Some Greeks also decorated trees in honor of their gods, so this isn't really a new or unique practice. The tree practices closely related to what we do today comes from the Germanic pagan tribes of Northern Europe. They would decorate evergreens to worship their god Woden, again, excuse me if I mispronounce this word, with candles and dried fruit. Now, let's talk about good old Saint Nick. This is perhaps the only part of Christmas I personally could find that actually has roots in Christianity. Born in Patara, Turkey, Saint Nicholas of Myra was an early Christian bishop of Greek descent. He is also said to have restored the lives of 3 children who had been chopped up by a butcher. That sounds kind of like Jesus. Like, Jesus, is that you? All right. He eventually became the patron saint of Russia and Greece of children, sailors, unmarried girls, merchants, pawnbrokers, and of charitable fraternities and guilds. I remember learning briefly about him in college, and I think he had a cult following if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical and suspicious of this guy, so I may have to look more into him. I like to leave a little advice at the end of my videos, and my advice today is before you condemn someone's belief, check the history of your own. Everything has a beginning, and like shown here, you never know where yours may come from. We all get things from each other, whether by force or admiration. We've all heard the horror stories about who the pagans are supposed to be, but true history shows otherwise. Treat people with respect, and they will do the same. Let me know what you would like for me to make a video on. I want this channel to be collaborative, and I like learning new things. But keep in mind that I make videos a few weeks ahead, so even if I say I will do it, it may be a week or 2 before it airs. That way, I can do my proper research. Let's go on this journey together. I want to be able to learn and grow with you all. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.